Hello everyone, welcome to the Young Leading Leadership. This time we're going to be having Miss Zuli. Zuli, yeah, I think I'm pronouncing the name well. So, I'm going to go live on Mixel now and then we will begin. Okay, so I'm just quickly going to read her profile and then we will begin. Okay, thanks guys for joining us on Mixella. Okay, 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 very good. So, okay. So Ms. Zuli has been recognized internationally for her innovation and achievement. Most recently, the mayor of Vanguard applauded Zuli for her willingness to inspire the next generation of leaders and embracing female empowerment in the workplace. She also uses her experience to mentor and inspire other female entrepreneurs in as little as one conversation. Lily's enthusiastic spirit and mentorship will lift you up, motivate you, and accomplish whatever you set your mind to do. Zuli is drawn a passion to overcome obstacles and believes it is that fire within her that makes all accomplishment possible in life and in business. Zuli really believes in the power of intent and certain that the universe will help us achieve our goals. She was speaking on entrepreneurship and then a journey so far being an entrepreneur. And one of the reasons why we decided to have it is because of the fact that the story is actually long and it's very important that we learn history to understand how people made it this far in their journey to becoming what they believe they want to become. So I'm going to send a link right now and then we will begin the show. And thanks guys for joining. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, very good. So very good. Okay. Hello.
Hi, how are you,
Is it
Diego?
good afternoon? Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you
How's
so much for
everything
accepting my
going?
invitation. Thank you
Of
so much.
course.
Thank you so much.
I'm
So
so
I read out your
excited to
profile
connect with
already. So
Africa.
I think now the floor is yours. And we're willing to learn from you. I have my pen and I have my book with me. So the floor is yours. So welcome everyone. And this is our speaker for today. And we're going to be learning a lot from her and her story as well.
Great.
Thanks so much.
So basically, well, I'm excited to speak to people about, the fact that your ideas could become a company. We spoke about this miracle, and I think it is important for companies who and believe, do the right research, find out if your idea is yeah, like something that it makes sense for the business. Find out, like how many people will buy your product, and actually develop that product, patent that product, and actually get a company that actually goes behind that product, right? So that's my story. I mean, I hate the shower caps because the shower caps I used, they were not comfortable. Like, there were so many factors wrong with the shower caps. They are made with very light plastic that actually, is disposable, and it goes into the oceans, and it's the plastic that actually is found in green turtles and a lot of sea life, right? So lots of hotels are buying this type of disposable plastic, and we're making history. I reinvented the shower cap. I patented my idea. I made something, like I made a shower cap that is bigger, that it makes a lot of, like it's spacious, it's comfortable, and it's reversible and made with recycled materials. And it lasts up to more than 4 years. So we're
Wow.
making history, right? Like we're making history by creating a product that is very simple. It's an essential for women. Um, in the bathroom. You know, like I have curly hair, and I love to take care of my hair. I'm Colombian, and I came to Canada, and I saw the opportunity. I found a lot of support, and I was able to actually create something from nothing, right? So here's the message: we can all create something out of nothing. You know, it's
Wow.
all in our mind. Our minds are powerful, and if you think you have an idea that you can actually, you know, develop, do it. You know, like start doing your research, believe in yourself, you know, connect to the right networks. I also, you know, what I'm thinking always is when I started my business, I didn't have a lot of connection with entrepreneurs. So I invite you guys to connect with entrepreneurial networks, people who
Wow.
understand the cost of
Wow.
the, you know, of every single movement. Because what happened to me, I don't want that to happen to others. I paid a lot. You know, companies approached me and they took advantage of me, because in this world, when you're in business, they know, oh, this person is new, it's an entrepreneur, we can charge her more. And I didn't know the real value of things. I didn't have my network. So that's why it's very important to surround yourself with the right networks and the right people who's going to tell you, okay, this is a right price for your work or for the work that you're going to pay for, like videos, you know, like all the things that you have to promote your business. You have to promote your products. I mean, products are not going to sell by itself. You have to put a lot behind, but you can find help. You can find great talent, and it's not taking advantage of anyone. But also, you cannot pay. I mean, entrepreneurs, we run under a low budget unless our company is bought by a bigger company, and then they can run it bigger, right? So I mean, I would say I'm in the middle of the process. My product is already launched, and it has been promoted on TV, which helped me a lot. I believe that also, you know, you have to believe in the power of the universe. You know, you have to believe that you're capable of attracting all these amazing people that is going to help you promote your business, your product. So in that sense, I actually was connected by Good Morning America here in the States. I mean, I live in Toronto, but they contacted me from United States, and it's a
Wow.
huge network. And right now we have a network of more than 60,000 women who are using our sustainable shower caps.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So now I have the trust of all these women that have my product in their bathroom. Right? Every day they use it. They write me messages saying, thank you for creating something that is such a good quality. I love it. Right? Like people trust me, trust in my product, because I'm doing something good for the world. I'm doing something good for my family. I'm doing something good for everyone. Right? And now the opportunity is huge, because now I can introduce other products that are going to be under the same standards. You know, I'm struggling like every other entrepreneur, right? Because I have to buy more, I have to promote more, and I'm the one who self-founded. I haven't received any money from anyone. I'm the one, you know, and I'm a single mom. So it's kind of, you know, like I am in the process of, you know, like developing more products, doing more, but it's only me. So you have to be strong, you have to be confident, but you also have to believe in that power inside of you. You have to have that energy inside you, and people will see it and they will help you somehow. And that's how we got connected, Miracle, right? Like I met with another friend from Canada, and he was working with you, and now we're connected here. And I'm excited to talk, to motivate others, because in the end, you know, it's not an easy journey, and we need to help each other somehow. My goal in the future is to sell my shower caps in Nigeria. You know, I think Nigeria is a great market, and you know, like I think it will be something that we could develop in the future. You know, maybe networks, maybe, and that's what I'm talking here today as well. You know, I'm always trying to open the path for others, but as well I'm trying to open in my own path, right?
Wow.
So we need to be good to everyone, but also you need to be even better with yourself, because sometimes we're very hard with ourselves. entrepreneurs, the life of an entrepreneur, when you go to bed, sometimes it's hard, you know, and nobody knows it. Nobody's there to help you. Nobody's there to support you, right? So we need to actually be good to ourselves, trying to be not so hard with our goals, with our commitments, and, you know, just do what you need to be doing, right? Like, you need to be doing the right thing. You need to work every day, put your time, but also you need to be good to yourself and to your family. You also need to find the balance, right? Like, sometimes entrepreneurs, we work so much that we forget our families. So I also, you know, I experienced that, and I'm actually backing up a little bit. You know, I'm giving time to my family. I'm giving time to my son, and trying to grow my business.
Wow, really? Wow, very powerful, you know. Thank you so much. So, but one of the questions I would like to ask, and I believe a lot of young entrepreneurs right now watching this and would like to ask is what is, how have you been able to manage your moments of failures, like moments that you failed, moments that you felt depressed? How were you able to scale through those moments of down times in your life?
As an entrepreneur, you self-doubt yourself. That's how we call it, self-doubt, right? So when you self-doubt, I have a friend who actually told me this. He told me to go and eat an ice cream and calm down, right? Like, sometimes you need to just chill, you know, like, there are hard days, and you just need to, and sometimes you're going to think, this is not what it's all about. You know, this is not the business that I should be. This is not, you know, this is not going to work. And that's normal. I mean, you're going to feel that, but you have to actually see the end goal and see if it's going to happen. I mean, I'm not telling you to lie to yourself. If you think it's not going to work, then it's not going to, then we're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to do it. But you have to believe in yourself. And those days where you self-doubt, you have to, you know, like, take a break, really consider what you're thinking, and then, you know, the next day probably is going to be better. Maybe some opportunity will show up. You have to, you know, make things work daily, and make sure that everything is evolving. It's not that every day is like just passing by and you didn't do much, you know. And I have seen a lot of people that are like that, right? Like, they just wait for others to do it. So the real entrepreneur has the passion, has the day-to-day commitment, and has, you know, like, has that, it has that fire inside them. They have that fire inside them that actually push them ahead to create new things, to do new things, to connect with others, and to actually develop something better for them, and for, you know, like, you know, actually working their own life, right? Like, I could easily be working in a company, but I decided to just, you know, dedicate my time to my own company. And that's even
Wow.
harder, right? Like, because you know, you don't have the steady income, you don't have the steady security, right? And some, those are skills that you have inside you, and you have to figure out the way to sustain yourself, to be able to survive, and to be able, I mean, it doesn't mean that you don't have to have a job. You can do it. Like, I remember when I started my first company, I was actually working on a company, and then at night I was developing my business. So it
Wow.
doesn't really mean that you have to be just an entrepreneur. You can work on the side, having your idea. Remember, a lot of actors, they were bartenders, or they were like waiters, you know, while they develop their careers, right? It's like, you have to know, you need to be intelligent about your own life and how to do it. But once you have that passion, I believe that you're going to be able to do it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. So the next question is, it has to do with what values kept you along the way, you know, like they say, you know, one of the ways to know great people is certain principles and values that they maintain while they were building. So what are some of the values and then principles that you had that took you through, that helped you on how maybe people betrayed you, how you dealt with people, how you dealt with people who betrayed you, how you dealt with people who actually made you feel bad? What are values that helped you throughout this journey?
I think perseverance is the most important value. You know, like, you're
Wow.
going to face a lot of no's in your life. of entrepreneur. Lots of people, like when I start telling people a shower cap, like what? People, you know, like they wouldn't understand my business. They wouldn't understand the concept, or why am I going to invent something that it's already invented? Why I decided to patent, to invest so much money in something that, you know, it was already there. And they don't see it, right? Like you have to know, and you have to be persistent with your own dream, and make it happen, you know. So now the product is here. This is the new packaging. This is the
Okay.
old packaging. So we're evolving every day, and now we have the new nightcap, right? And these are very modern, sleek. We have a new website, and you know, believe it or not, I have applied to grants. I applied with the government, and the government helped me. You know, you will find networks that help you somehow, right?
Wow.
Because sometimes you cannot do it by yourself, but you know, the help is there. It's just a matter to reach that help and to believe that you are going to be able to make it, have it in your mind. I remember when I created my product, the first thing I had is it has to be on TV. And then the TV network contacted me.
Wow.
Just to have it in your mind, to believe in yourself, to actually feel it, you know. When you feel it, you will make it happen. And that's my message to you today, guys. I mean, it doesn't matter which country. We're part of a world. Like now with COVID, we understand that we're a community instead of being in different countries. Of course, we were raised with different rules, with different regulations, with different ways of seeing life. But in the end, the entrepreneurs know, I mean, we're connected through the same line of, you know, vision, mission, and we face the same challenges. That's what for me is very important, to connect with you. And please, I invite you to follow us and to, you know, to meet me on LinkedIn. And you know, I'm trying to be the voice for a lot of you. Actually, I went to Dragon's Den, the TV show. I put my company, you know, my company could be destroyed by these TV investors. But actually, I went there with my heart, and I got a deal from TV. So it was amazing, you know, and it helped me so much to connect to others. It's helping me to give the message, and it's helping me to show that immigrants and entrepreneurs, we can do things. We can create things. And I mean, we just need to believe in ourselves. Yes, our situation is different from people who weren't. I mean, it's different in Africa. You guys are from there, but I'm from Colombia, and I moved to Canada, so I'm an immigrant here. But I am actually having the same opportunities as any Canadian here now. I'm Canadian now, and you know, you have just to believe it, to feel that it's going to happen, and that, you know, be persistent and be able to not be stubborn. If you see things are not going the way it should go, then I would recommend you to stop doing it. But if you see that there is sales, that people want your product, that, you know, like it's feasible, so you can even grow further.
Wow. You know, one of the things that I'm really thinking about is your the mindset of there's nothing that is impossible. You know, while you were speaking, you know, I just could sense the fact that you knew that nothing was impossible. And so a lot of young people right now watching this, somehow a lot of factors have actually contributed to the fact that they feel whatsoever idea they have could be vague, or could be too big, and then they feel it's not possible. How can you tell young people like that on how they can actually you know, cut down their vision so that they don't think it is too big, or they don't think it's not possible to come to pass?
Yes. Well, you know, I have a son, and it's very important to have that mindset, right? Like, I think it is how you grew up. You either see the glass full or you see the glass empty. And you have to actually connect to your own, you know, subconscious mind and figure out, do you have that? Do you have that vision of everything is possible? Everything, you know, it doesn't really matter if it seems that it's not, you know how to do it. And I invite you to start thinking more positive, like in a positive way, you know, like younger people sometimes, you know, like, because things are changing. Technology and everything is making things look a little bit more difficult, but no, everything is very simple in reality. And you know, like connecting to others, you know, hustle, you know, move, connect, talk every day, call people. You know, in the end, if they don't answer, well, it's not, you didn't fail, right? Like you're just learning. And then if they connect with you, then you will win, right? Like try to win at least one every day. Like try 5 times, and maybe one of that, you know, like those calls will work, and maybe that call will take you to another place. But you have to have that hope inside you that things are going to work for you, right? Because the only person that actually believes in you is you. You don't need anyone to believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. You are your own limit. And I found that out myself. I was always afraid to speak in English because English is not my first language, you know, and I realized, you know, if I don't do it, then how can I communicate to others? You know, you know, I'm a journalist, so it's very difficult for me because in Colombia I was speaking in my language, I was speaking on TV, and it was very simple. But in English, it's another game, and I'm doing it. You know, like I decided to stop thinking, you know, it's not possible. It is possible, and you can do it, and I'm doing it today. So everyone can do it. You know, it's just a matter of a mindset. And life is very short. Let me tell you this too. You know, I was almost about to die. So when you realize your life is so short, you know, even though you're young, you never know. I will almost die when I, you know, when I was a baby, when I was 23. And you know, like it's you know, like after some years you realize, yeah, I can die tomorrow. With COVID, we realize we're all very fragile, you know, very fragile, and we can go anytime. So, you know, try to do whatever you want for your life. Try to help others, try to connect with others, try to motivate others. Because in the end, that's what you're leaving in your, you know, as a legacy. Leave a good legacy for yourself.
Wow. Well, I really enjoying this section. You know, I'm really impressed with this because of, you know, in Africa here we have a lot of young people who are full of the stereotype. You know, and sometimes they feel it is not possible because there's a stereotype, and the stereotype is becoming standard for them. It's not the stereotype of the fact that, you know, when you're a woman, you can't do as much as you should do. You know, when you're a woman, you're limited to what you can't do. And when you're a woman, you know, you're just a woman. You know, the places you're a woman, so you're limited. You know, so what would you tell young single ladies out there, and who are working very hard, but somehow they're not seeing results right now with what they're doing? How would you encourage them? What would you tell them to keep doing?
For me, that's a very um, a, a, a very important, a very close to my heart uh, commitment to women. Um, I know that for us, things are not as easy as it seems. And when we get somewhere, it's because we worked really hard. So I encourage you to believe in yourselves and not to believe in what people tells you you cannot achieve, right? Like a lot of people are telling you, no, you cannot go to university, stay here, you know, like, and we're very fragile. That's the problem with women. We're very fragile, and we are, you know, sometimes we let others get into our brain, and we believe in those things. So I invite you to be strong. I invite you to believe in yourself. And I invite you to actually connect to other networks that will help you more, like networks in other countries. I mean, if you're, you know, if you have a better level of commitment to yourself, believe that there are more networks everywhere, and that you can do a lot of new stuff, and that you can actually believe it, you know, that you can actually make it. You can make it. And don't believe in those negative people who are, you know, I think you need to stay away from those people. Actually, you need to put yourself in a different position. You will acknowledge them, but you don't need to believe them. And you need to create your own room kind of in your life, you know, your own space in which you are actually connected to your deeper self, yourself, and then believe in yourself and do the steps that actually work for yourself. You know, I met a wonderful lady. I think she's Miss Nigeria, and she's very strong. She I think she developed Mom Africa, which is a product. I will probably connect you with her because she could be a good you know, leader for women in Africa, in Nigeria. I think she will love to connect with you, Miracle.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I'm lucky because I love Africa. By the way, I love Africa, and I can't wait to go there. And
Wow.
yeah, I can't wait. Really, like that's part of my journey, I think. So
Wow.
let's see how it works. But yeah, I mean, motivation is very important. Believe in yourself, and I think now girls are more strong, and now because of these networks, they can get the message, and they will they do understand that they're part of a bigger opportunity these days.
Wow. Wow.
And
So
the
I have two
government also
questions.
need to create programs to support them, you know, like very
Very
important.
true.
Maybe you can be part of those programs, Miracle, and help them, because
Wow.
I know it's not easy.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have two more questions. The first
Sure.
question is this. A lot of people describe strength being proud. A lot of people think power is being strong. A lot of people power is being taking advantage of other people. A lot of people think all of things about power. A lot of people think a lot about strength. In your opinion, in your journey so far being an entrepreneur, with the fact that you've come up with products that has actually changed the narrative of entrepreneurs and the journey of being an entrepreneur, what do you classify as being strong? What do you think? What do you think it is to be strong? What do you think? What do you think? What does it mean for you to be a strong woman and be a strong person, be a strong entrepreneur?
Well, I think as I was saying, you know, being strong is just not letting others go in your way, right? You have to have a clear thought about what is your product, what is your idea, and how are you going to develop it. Sometimes you don't know the whole path. You're going to learn, but in the process, you need to maintain your strength and be like have courage. Like for instance, I wanted to give a shower cap to Michelle Obama, and then I don't know if you know this, but I actually went to an event where I was going to meet her, but every room I went, I couldn't find her. So in the end, I went to my chair when she was speaking in one of her events, and then I threw her a shower cap. You know, I did it. You have to have the courage of, you know, trying. And you know what could happen to me? You know, there was police, there was security. They could have done something to me, but nobody did it because I did it with passion. And guess what? Michelle took the shower cap. She danced with it. So you know, it's amazing what you can actually create. And you know, don't be afraid. After that situation, I actually met her months after, and she was very pleased that I did it. You know, she was very pleased, and she was happy to meet me. She told me that her grandma told her about, you know, like taught her about courage, and she's an amazing you know, woman that is very, very strong, and that has been sending a very strong message to women around the world. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. I'm really impressed. I really need to clap, you know. I'm really, really impressed, you know. I don't know. You're so much of an inspiration to young people because I feel it's a global and universal thing. A lot of young people right now are growing, some are growing weaker, some are growing stronger. And in society, somehow norms have changed the notion about what it means to be strong. And so a lot of people really falling short, and a lot of people also rising above the standard and all. And it's having very, very powerful to have people like you know, in this world to actually encourage young people to believe that it is possible to become an outstanding entrepreneur. And you've proven that with your record, and I'm really impressed. Thank you so, so much. And the last question before we let you go. You've had a lot of experiences, people. We asked our speakers this question before the leave. What is that one advice you would want a young person to know? That thing you knew, that thing you didn't know when you were growing up, that thing you didn't know when you were a child, that thing you didn't know when you were building. And now that thing you know that you want young people to know. What's that very thing you want somebody to know? An entrepreneur, let's say.
the thing that I didn't know when I was, you know, I believe a lot in people, you know, like I am very naive, and I still remain naive, but you have to know that there are people who are looking for their own benefit, you know. We, as kids, we believe in everyone. We believe in everyone until they prove us wrong. But I think it's good to be a little bit cautious about the people you meet, about the steps you take. I think it's important to take the right steps to measure, uh, you know, if that company is the right company to work with. Um, you know, I am learning how to step a little bit back and start, you know, measuring the opportunities and actually learning from the people, and until I can give you until I can give them my trust, right?
Wow.
Because
Wow.
when you give your trust, you're putting your company in the hands of others, you know, and other companies they have another goals and another view. So you actually have to really be careful that your goals align with the other people's goals in order to work with them. If not, it doesn't make sense, right? So you don't have to work with them. You can find someone else that could help you, and or you know, that aligns better with your goals, so that way you're not going to lose your company, you know, because everything, you know, like it could lead into a problem. It could lead into a bad situation.
Wow. Wow. I don't know. This is very powerful. You know, I'm so happy having this section with you. You know, it's so refreshing and enlightening and illuminating that, you know, one thing I spoke right now with what you just said is to be very important to be cautious of the people we meet, and I think that's very very important for me. I would like to just say something little about that. You know, I've met with people, and then, you know, so having you saying this, it's very powerful. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for this section. And then we
You're
hope to have
welcome.
you when you come to Africa. We hope to have you physically in a program
It's
and a
going to be amazing.
conference.
It's going to be amazing, and I really can't wait to really find a way to sell my products in Africa, because I think a lot of women will benefit from my product, and also
Yeah.
we're going to stop the disposal of plastic in Africa as well. So you know, I'm putting it out there in the universe, and hopefully one day soon I can visit you and close a contract in Nigeria
Wow.
and do a nice session where people are going to be wearing their tiaras and we're going to be dancing together. And
Wow.
you know, that, you know, that's all about life, you know, like
Wow.
in the end, we're all going. Remember that.
Hmm.
We're all going, and we just need to have this connection, which actually COVID is helping us to get to understand in deeper levels what is the connection that we actually need to have between humans, instead of, you know, countries and all these limitations. We are
Hmm.
all people who need to feel that connection. Instead of thinking so much, is more feeling and connecting to others.
Wow. Really, this is really cool. You know, I'm enjoying this section, but it has to, you know, it has come to an end. But thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to actually um maybe having a partnership with you in such a way that we get your product across to ladies that are willing to, you know, explore. I believe a lot of young ladies really in Africa are willing to find people like you to actually show them an example. I think somehow everyone is looking up to a figure. Everyone wants a figure, someone to look up to. And having someone like you, and I hope a lot of young people do really watch this. That's why I want this to be short, so young people can watch this, to actually see someone like you as a figure, and then want to really do better, like you've done, and then, you know, as well continue the great
And I
job
want
you've
them
done.
to do better. I want them to do better, because that's my commitment to the world. Like, that's my commitment to women. That's my commitment to entrepreneurs. You know, like, we need to motivate each other. It's not easy to find confident, straightforward people that are light in their path. You know, I understand
Hmm.
what you're saying.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was a great section with you. And then I'm praying one day we'll see you in Africa. One day we'll see you in
For
Africa.
sure. I know we will. It
Thank
will
you
happen.
so much.
Thank you
Yep.
so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you, our viewers, for listening. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
everyone. Okay, bye.